But do you think there's something about LA culture or the sound that maybe prohibits it from
It's
going?
definitely the sound, right?
It's the sound plays a part in it, but again, that goes back to intelligence with the producer or aka the beat makers not being intelligent enough to come up with a new sound that people like. That's brain work.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre wasn't intelligent. We call him a genius. DJ Quick, we call him a genius.
Yeah,
so that all goes back to intelligence.
Hey, right, but like I feel like the LA artists who don't have a regional sound, right? Like they tend to blow up. Like for example, like there's Roddy, there's Kendrick,
Okay.
Blast. Well, Blast kind of had the LA low.
Yeah, some LA bouncing there. It's
Yeah,
cool.
right. But the ones who don't sound like LA, they sort of blow up, right? So like,
Yeah.
do you feel like the regional sound, you know, like we just tired of it? Like nobody really like that don't translate outside of LA?
Well, it has to be one. It will have to be executed perfectly, more so, and then two, it's like it's only popular because okay, so Roddy Ricch, he's popular, but he sounds like Young Thug and Future to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's kind of like a cheat. It's like you sell 10 million records, but you sound like the South, and it's like okay, you did that, you got on Roddy Ricch, but imagine if on his second album that flopped. Imagine if he came back and made an album that sounded like Compton. Then you have this Grammy winner bringing attention to the West Coast. Again, if people stop treating LA rap like it had cooties, the sound would be more popular. It's like our biggest stars don't want to touch it. Kendrick Lamar took 5 years to drop an album, drops an album, and there's no West Coast record on it.
Yeah, like when I listen to Roddy Ricch, I'm always listening to it, and I think he's mega talented and definitely, probably like he is the star from the younger generation on the West Coast. But his music at a certain point, like I will listen to his whole album just trying to catch any sign lyrically or otherwise of this being a West Coast album, and it doesn't really happen that much. A lot of rappers tend to shout out their city, shout out where they're from over and over and over. He kind of avoids it. It sounds like he kind of wants his music to be so, you know, I don't want to say bland because that has a negative connotation, but he doesn't want it to be the kind of thing where you have to give a shit about Long Beach or LA in order to appreciate it.
And that hinders the coast because, like I said, on that sophomore album, which didn't perform that well, instead of making another Atlanta sounding album, if he had made a masterpiece that sounded like Compton, like Took You on a Day in Compton or A Day in his upbringing, that would have let fans like, oh, what's going on over there in Compton? What's
He's
going
from
on
Compton?
over
I
there?
thought he was from Long Beach.
No, he's from Compton. He's from Compton.
I'm lost.
Oh, that's terrible. Don't say that again.
Whoops.
No, he's from Compton.
No, Long Beach would claim him a lot harder, I guess, if he was from there, right?
But
No, listen, right? So like with Roddy though, like I feel like he just waited too long, right? Like for example, if he would have dropped that same album, like let's say like 3 months after the first one,
right.
it probably went crazy. You feel me?
Yeah, but you know, I get a lot of flack for pushing LA artists to drop music more consistently. That's like one of the biggest things. Like people will curse me out because I'm saying I want more music from you. Isn't that strange? Like I'm like, your consistency score is low because I want more music from you. And so I feel like LA artists will drop maybe like 12 songs a year, one project a year, if that. And then you have Atlanta artists or Detroit artists putting that out in like a 60-day period, putting out 12 songs.
When you say that about people not putting out stuff enough or like not dropping consistently, I usually think about it in terms of the artists that I am aware of who basically are just not, like their music doesn't do well, and then at a certain point they kind of just stop releasing music because it's just not performing that well, and they're sick of getting 20,000 views on their music videos, so they just kind of stop dropping. But I guess that's a problem for big artists as well.
Right, but you got to keep going. You can't let they hinder you. We always see LA artists not crying. I don't want to say that because I'm trying to be positive. But like stating that they don't get support, but it's like you're not giving us products to support. Versus other regions are giving me music to go stream.
Well, think about the career of somebody like Roddy Ricch. He puts out that album and he's got this huge fucking single and he's on tour for years and he's got everywhere he goes. He needs security. People can't get enough of him. They love him. He's in the club. He's the most coolest fucking artist in the world. They're going crazy for his songs. And then he finally puts out a new album and within like, an hour, Twitter has let him know this shit is ass. And it's like, it's kind of weird because he's still like, up until that moment, he was enjoying that run of everybody fucking with him. And then it makes you kind of look at somebody like a Rihanna who chooses not to drop a project for 6-7 years. And you're like, oh, I guess maybe that's why. Cardi B, don't drop for a long ass period of time because if you're, all that matters is your last project in a lot of ways. So it allows you to like if you're coming off a really popular project, maybe don't drop for a long ass time and the audience will, treat you like a king.
That's your prerogative, but people have sophomore jinx. Like Roddy has sophomore jinx. It's okay, but you still have to keep pushing, keep putting out music, and keep repping for the West. I wouldn't give up on it just yet.
Definitely. Okay, so like we talked about why we kind of see the scene not working because one thing that I find kind of interesting is the fact that street music is more popular than ever. When you look at a place like Chicago, everybody, including like a large percentage of the staff in here, could give you an intricate breakdown of all the different Chicago artists that we think are dope. But meanwhile, LA has like the most in-depth, complicated fucking street politics and everything. And it doesn't seem like people are as interested in the LA street shit as they are in Chicago, or at least the music doesn't have the appropriate connection to it. That makes
they're
people
interested in the game content. They're just not interested in the music of it.
Not no more though, right? So hey, right, right, for example, like in like New York, right? Bro, like there's kids who can break down to you like every little intricate beef, and dudes got like 1,000 followers on like Instagram, but there's documentaries of them with like 300,000 views, right?
Okay.
But the LA dudes, like, why people don't necessarily like care about their storylines, right?
Okay.
It's because
we have the best stories.
Yeah, right. But the gangs though bully the bloggers, right? You feel me, right?
Do they? Who's getting bullied?
Yeah.
If you talk about it, listen, man, you feel me? Right?
Yeah.
Right? No, right?
Right.
Even like Swamp Stories, right? Have to like hide his face because he's scared that
that's smart.
Yeah, right. So like, if they're tripping on anybody who cover these stories and these beefs and these wars, then how are the stories going to get out there?
Well, I don't cover gang content like that, but I can draw a comparison with just rappers not appreciating, not just me, but other media people for covering their music. It's like nobody else will touch it. So Double XL just put out their freshman cover for the second year in a row, no LA rapper on it. And then it was like 2020, there was no LA rapper on it. There's been other years where there was no rapper from LA on it. And I'm like, Vanessa Satin at Double XL won't cover you. The radio station won't play your music. You're not dissing them. I give you a low grade and it's F me. At least I listen to the music. At least I acknowledge that you're a rap artist. You get what I'm saying?
But who's even up in the air that would have been a good candidate for the Double XL list this year or last year, like in terms of new artists?
Kalan Frfr.
Kalan, yeah, for
sure. He deserves it. He signed to Rock Nation. He had one of the best projects last year with 222. Shout out to him. Okay. He has No Hard Feelings coming out soon with the single with Tyga, Butterfly Coupe. But G Perico as well, because he dropped that DJ Drama Gangsta Girls tape, which is not an easy feat for a West Coast artist. We haven't seen somebody do that since Nipsey with Crenshaw.
Wait, Blue Bloods Clan.
Yeah, they just did a tour as well, but they're a group. So I understand why Blue Bloods Clan is not on the Double XL cover.
The groups get discounted heavily.
Don't get to be on that cover for whatever reason. And I do my own freshman cover. This is my Dan LA freshman covers. This will be our 4th year, presented by Pro Club.
That's what's up.
So this is my alternative to that. And it's like, okay, you guys don't make it on Vanessa Satin's Double XL freshman cover.
Well, she's out of touch though, so it's not really something, right? Like we shouldn't even like.
Well, they got a whole staff.
But you could at least save a slot for LA. Like this is the birthplace of gangster rap. So if it's gangster rappers on the cover, you could at least throw a LA artist on there once a year. I don't see why G Perico. Yeah, but G Perico just did a nationwide tour and a Gangsta Girls mixtape. What more does he have to do?
Well, like for like her though, so like she says that the list is where she's trying to predict in 5 years who's going to be massive superstars, right?
Okay.
And from the last 2 years, there's nobody there that I see going to be a massive,
You mean in general on Double XL?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that in maybe 2-3 years you could see Kalan Frfr blowing up and becoming a big pop star?
Honestly, I interviewed him a couple years ago, and I'm not 100% familiar with exactly how well he's doing right now. But I mean, I definitely think he's a cool ass dude and shit. Yeah,
okay.
Now look, listen,
sure.
like so for me, it's like I always ask myself, right, like guys like Kalan and Wally the Sensei.
Yeah.
Why are they not bigger than what they are? Because they sound like they're like mad melodic. They got
rap singers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So why isn't that translating to a larger audience?
Because
right?
melody controls the industry.
Yeah.
Thanks to L.A. Reid. But it just doesn't translate because of, I would say, marketing dollars. I would say because of effort in certain regards. Because Kalan will put together a good body of work, but I feel like it could be pushed a lot more.
Of course. Here, right?
Respectfully.
Bro, listen, bro, because Kalan, like to me, is like he got it all, right?
Yeah.
Again, like no dick riding, but like he got the host. The host fucking love him.
Got the voice.
Right, got the voice, got the swag. You feel me? Got the dudes who fuck with him.
Yeah.
Right, got the street credibility.
Signed to Rock Nation.
Yeah, right. Then, like, why isn't it like resonating for him? You feel me?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens with his new project, No Hard Feelings. He's saying that this song with Tyga is the song of the summer that we've been waiting for in LA.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
That's an issue to me though, right?
The Tyga part?
Having to get a Tyga feature?
No, is bro.
What's your favorite Tyga song?
Yuck.
Akaramba, right?
Yuck.
You know what I'm referencing?
No, but okay. I would hate that question.
No, right? No, but the issue is, bro, get out of LA. right? Like, bro,
Like YG did when he made My Crazy Life. He went to Atlanta for a few months.
Bro,
Kalen should move to the Bronx.
No, like Atlanta. You feel me? Right? Like, fuck with them niggas down there.
Yeah, but he popped off in Atlanta. He spent some time in Atlanta. He popped off in Atlanta. But I get what you're saying. All of our artists, not just Kalan, I want to take it off of Kalan.
Yeah.
All of our artists definitely need to feature travel, hit the road. That's why it was so good to see Bluebirds Clan tour.
Yo, this so
this
hard,
year,
man.
nationwide.
Yeah,
That
bro,
was good.
bro, like I feel like now them, I can see them popping off like even with their LA sound, right? Because they just, bro, like they just like make you feel like you rich. You feel me?
Yeah, but that might be part of the problem as well. And I've said it on the platform before that they need to add a little bit more substance to their music because I need to be able to listen to their music not just when I got paid, but also on a bad day too. It's more broke niggas than it is rich niggas.
Yeah,
DMX sold more records than Jay-Z when he came out because he related. It was more people that could relate to him. So I feel like if Bluebirds Clan made a project that would take us to the East Side Low Bottoms and tell us about those days that they didn't have it.
Yeah,
you can have songs where you bragging and flexing Friday night. Got your check, pop bottles, but you also need songs for the 9 to 5 niggas on the grind who don't have it necessarily as well.
Yeah, fact, man.